Dan's not tall.
I'm 5'10" and he's only 5'8".
And that's not all.
I'm used to a little more undivided attention.
She's a daddy's girl.
So she dated a sexy 6-footer.
He's 6'2", and I gotta wear my high shoes because I can't wear them with Dan.
He was attentive and inventive.
He definitely knows what a woman wants.
After Dan's blind date turns out to be a dream date,
Crossing my mom and Sandra Bullock.
will Dan still be the man?
Are you still attracted to me?
Or will they have a change of heart?
Hi, I'm Chris Jagger. Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. We're going to meet their dates later, but first let's meet our couple. His twin sisters introduced them, and they've been dating now for 8 months. Please welcome Dan Rose and Jocelyn Lippold. Dan, Jocelyn, welcome to the program. And your relationship, I understand, has gotten to the point where you think maybe that each of you are taking each other for granted. But in the beginning, I'm sure you appreciated one another a lot more. So, Jocelyn, take us back there and tell us what it was like in the beginning.
Well, when we first met, Dan was on his way back to Korea for a couple months, but once he got back, he was very romantic, writing me poems and sending me emails and letters, so it worked out okay.
Very sweet. And
Yeah.
Dan, what do you appreciate most about Jocelyn?
Well, she's very sweet. She's unconditional. And I probably don't appreciate her enough, really.
All right, Jocelyn, now he's not in Korea, so he's a lot closer, so geography shouldn't be a problem anymore.
No, actually it is, because I live an hour south, and Dan has this old 72 VW Bug that can't even make it down the block.
Oops.
So he never comes down to see me. So I get
That car works just fine.
No,
but you don't
it
make the
doesn't.
trip to see
Maybe
Jocelyn.
like to the 7-Eleven, but not to see me.
No.
And I always want to do things in Orange County. I live on the ocean. There's a lot of things that I'd like to do down there.
Yeah, but
and
Orange County, I'd rather be in L.A.
Dan, is she secure in the relationship?
No, she's not. She's always trying to test me.
How am I trying to test you?
You always ask me, are you still attracted to me? Are you thinking about other women?
Well, that's because you're always in your own world. I have no idea what you're even thinking, period.
Well, maybe I'm thinking about you, you know.
Well, show it then.
Okay, well.
But Jocelyn, when you are together, though, is he paying enough attention to you and telling you these things?
He's always ignoring me. In fact, I call it Dan Land. He's in his own world. He's never paying any attention to me
Nothing's
whatsoever.
gonna be good enough for her.
I want more passion. I feel like he's always just. He has more passion towards his writing than he actually has towards me.
That's not true. It's just that she's used to something else, and I'm not, up to par sometimes.
You're not delivering. And has Jocelyn always been open and honest with you?
Yeah, maybe too open.
Too much? How's that?
He wants to know
She's told me all her sexual escapades while she was in college.
He asked me everything. He wants to know every detail.
I know.
Well, how does this come up, Dan? Explain.
Well, I've asked her about things, and then she seems to have real joy in telling me some of these things. When she's frustrated, when she's happy with me, she tries to hide them.
No, first of all,
I know a little too much.
Now, Jocelyn, you said he's really passionate about his writing. Are you happy with that career choice that he's made?
Well, I feel like his career choices is just a roller coaster in terms of where he wants to live. First, he wants to live here, then he wants to move to Atlanta, then he wants to go back to Korea. And
That's all part of the experience.
What about me? Where do I fit into this?
And where does she?
She fits into it, but it's a roller coaster. I like it. It makes it exciting.
No, I don't know
I don't want to be like this.
No, I don't know how
I'm not going to have anything to say if my life's like this.
Okay.
If you're
I don't
alive,
think
it goes like
he
this.
doesn't include me enough, I don't think.
All right, Dan, what's the biggest difference between the two of you, would you say?
She's a daddy's girl. She's an only child. I'm one of 8.
No.
So,
And it's fine for him if he does his own thing all the time. He doesn't need to show any attention. He completely ignores me half the time.
She's jealous of men. She's jealous of my cousins taking up my attention.
But he's a big family man. Is that bothers you?
Exactly, and I guess I'm used to a little more undivided attention.
Okay,
Definitely.
Jocelyn, then tell us now then, I guess, why you decided it would be a good time to go on a date outside the relationship.
I think Dan needs to have more confidence in this relationship and realize how special I am, and he takes me for granted way too much.
Okay, well, we'll see if Dan realizes just how special you are. It seems that Dan and Jocelyn have some discord within their relationship. When we come back, we're going to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out if they're going to stay together or have a change of heart. Welcome back to Change of Heart. We're here with Dan and Jocelyn. Jocelyn says that Dan has no focus in life, lives too far away and just plain old ignores her. So we sent her out with a college professor who shares her area code and her need for affection. Please welcome Scott O'Neill. How are you, Scott? Good. You're welcome. And you know Jocelyn. How are you doing? All right, Dan, you get first impression. What do you think of Scott?
He looks like Mel Gibson with a goatee on a pirate ship.
Mel Gibson with a goatee on a pirate ship. Yeah. Jocelyn, let's talk about your get-together. Did Scott call you before you actually got together?
Yeah, actually he called me and I was on the other line with my mom. And she was really excited for me to go on the date because she thinks I'm too young to settle down. She thinks I need to
get
out
there
with some
more,
other people.
Yeah. Okay.
So she was really excited about the date, and I was really excited too. In fact, we made plans to go out that night.
Yeah. Oh, before the date?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, Scott, I guess that's because you were pretty close by. You live in the same area code?
It was close. We just had a great conversation, and we decided to just get together with some of our friends, something really simple, and just went down I drove down to your house.
Scott, how did you realize who Jocelyn was going to be at the bar?
Well, we talked on the phone. She told me what she was going to wear, black sweater, and plus, once I got there, she had two friends there with her, and walked in, saw her, it was nice, beautiful, and love looking, great teeth. I'm a teeth man. I love
nice big smile. Okay. And Jocelyn, what did you think when you met Scott?
I thought he was very good looking. He was really tall, which is nice. He's 6'2", and I'm 5'10", and he's only 5'8", so that was really nice. That was nice. Beautiful green eyes.
All right, so that night then, before your date, actually, you were at the bar. Did you guys hang out, dance, or do what?
Yeah, actually, we danced. He was a really good dancer. Yeah. We even slow danced and
moving, shaking.
Yeah.
Got his groove going.
Good time, yeah.
Yeah. Gave me a kiss on the dance floor.
Oh. Kiss? What kind of kiss?
Just a little
yeah,
peck.
nothing big. It's just kind of when you're in the mood and it just kind of goes.
Jocelyn, did you go out dancing with Dan?
No, actually, we've only gone dancing once, and it was at a wedding, and he would never give me affection.
But am I a good dancer?
Yeah, he's a good dancer.
Well, one time at a wedding, what are you doing? Polkas or?
Oh, it was fun. We had a lot of different steps.
Oh, okay. Scott, so did this go on all night long at the bar?
Oh yeah, all night. We actually we were just gonna hang out for maybe an hour or two and just talk a little bit, and then just a couple drinks. We just danced all night, closed the place down, and
all night. What's all night?
Oh.
All right. So this was the night before. So let's go now to the real day, which was the next day. And how did that start?
Okay. Well, he gave me a call, and I told him I was going to the beach with my friends. I asked him to come. He said that he had some errands to run, so I was a little bit disappointed. I was excited for the day to begin.
So, Scott, you were like blowing her off? That's not a good move.
No, well, out late, and I need a little recuperating time.
I
see.
This is already 2 dates.
So, I wanted to take care of a few things, and she was going to go to the beach. So I'll just I'll give you a call later after I get done running everything. And
then, Jocelyn, you got over being disappointed that he was sort of blowing you off a little bit.
Yeah, well, I got over being disappointed when he picked me up in his car, and he actually came down and made the effort to make plans in Orange County and to drive, and that was really nice.
Which is something you don't get from Dan very often, the 72 bug of his.
Exactly.
Right. Well, not that that's bad, Dan.
No, not that it's bad, right.
Okay, so now you're at the beach, and what's going on there?
Well, we were listening to some jazz music. We were at a jazz festival, and we're getting a little more romantic. He was feeding me some nachos.
Feeding you some nachos?
Yeah, he definitely knows what a woman wants.
I didn't know about this.
Now,
feeding, that's pretty personal.
What's that, feeding nachos?
Yeah, feeding, that's pretty sexual.
But Jocelyn likes some of that attention.
Yeah,
That's what she's looking
loved
for.
It. Hey.
That's what she was getting.
Yeah,
I had no problem with it.
That's kind of sexual, isn't it?
It was just feeding.
No.
All right, so then was there dinner after nachos, or what happened then? Jocelyn?
Well, then he took me to this incredible restaurant, one of the most romantic restaurants I've ever been. It was beautiful, and I got to wear my high shoes because I can't wear them with Dan. So I was really excited about wearing my high heels.
Right, you were psyched.
Yeah, I was excited for that, and we had a great conversation. He was telling me about being a math professor and all the traveling that he does, and I really enjoyed talking to him.
Great conversation. We talked all night. Sat for a couple hours eating dinner.
It was
great, yeah.
It definitely would be a great travel partner.
Well, that's good. So, Scott, things are going good here. Is this a typical date for you? Did you feel really comfortable?
No, actually, it wasn't typical because it's it's not too often you go out with someone that's cute and also can hold the conversation as well. So, we had a real good time.
Now, Scott, earlier Dan was saying she's an only child, so there's this little thing that affects her about all the attention. Did you notice that syndrome going on?
I wouldn't even have known it. I wouldn't have noticed at all. It just, didn't. And we took turns. Like we had a bottle of wine.
Scott,
it was sharing and
wait
everything.
till the third date, the fourth date, and it progressively
And then
gets
see what
worse.
happens.
No,
All of a sudden,
Jocelyn, I
it
gotta
wouldn't
ask
be a
you.
problem with him because he's not like that, originally. So
all
it
of a
wouldn't be a
sudden,
problem.
it's a bathroom break and you're timed.
No.
How long were you gone?
Jocelyn, tell me about the end of the date. Did it get romantic at some point, or how did it end?
Actually, no. I wish the date could have gone on. I wanted to go to another place right down the street, but he thought it looked a little dead, so he just said, "Why don't we call it a night?"
Plus, the next day and you had to go to work, so I just figured I didn't have, I had the day off, but I just figured trying to be considerate.
And Jocelyn, did you tell your mom anything about the date with Scott?
Yeah, I told him that it was I told her it was one of the most perfect dates I could have gone on for a blind date, especially.
Wow, perfect blind date.
Told me that same thing.
Oh, she did?
First date.
Okay. Well, were Scott's hugs and kisses enough to give Jocelyn a change of heart? We're going to find that out later, but next we're going to meet the woman that Dan dated, and we'll hear all about what happened on their date when we come back. Welcome back. We just heard what happened on Jocelyn's date with Scott, and now we get to meet the woman that Dan dated. He says that Jocelyn is too needy, constantly testing him, and has told him way too much about her past. So we sent him out on a date with a self-confident woman who never kisses and tells. Please welcome Melissa Bluestein. Hi, Melissa. Welcome. Hello, Dan. And Jocelyn, we'll start with your first impression.
She's got a lot of black on.
Thanks.
Got a lot of black on.
How original.
Okay. Dan, does Melissa at least live in your area code?
No, she doesn't. But
No.
she was nice enough to come over and pick me up, and she said, "Yeah, I like that."
Were you going to drive your car? I mean, she'd be sweating. She'd be horrible.
She volunteered.
There's no air conditioning in your car.
She volunteered.
Melissa, that was probably a good move from what we've heard so far. And tell us about your first impression of Dan when you met.
Well, I thought he was cute. He had really amazingly honest eyes. It was really nice.
Yeah.
His clothes were kind of a little wrinkled, but he was cute.
He doesn't own an iron. He doesn't own
Good
an
move,
iron.
Dan. And Dan, what did you think of Melissa's appearance when you met her?
Very pretty. She kind of reminded me of a cross between my mom and Sandra Bullock. And buxom, real pretty. Yeah, real pretty. I liked it. Yeah. And she met my cousin Rob, and he's very picky, and she passed his test.
Well,
so
that's
I knew
good. Okay, Melissa, since he brought up... That's nice. Melissa, since he brought up family, let me ask you, because Jocelyn says Dan's overly concerned about his family. Did you feel the same way about him?
Well, I appreciate a man that's close to his family because I'm from a divorced home, and
You don't realize how close he is to his whole family, though.
Well, I mean, I did meet his cousin, and we sat and talked for a while, and it was nice. I mean, that shows that somebody can be a family man, and he would probably make a good husband. And
Okay. Dan, you said earlier Jocelyn gave you too much information about past relationships. Did you have the same problem here?
No, not at all. We talked about past relationships, but we didn't talk about
Wait till the
sex.
second or third date, and then I'll want to know your whole life story. Believe me.
No, I don't. No, she was very comfortable, and she was, I'm sure if she would have brought it up, she would have, but it was not a point.
Melissa, tell us about dinner conversation. What was that like?
Well, it was pretty interesting. We went to a magic club, and we were sitting at dinner, and he's really passionate, intense, very literary, really into literature, and he started talking about how nobody understands Ulysses, which, James Joyce, Ulysses, I mean, not a lot of people understand that, but...
It's a big novel, big favorite of yours, Dan?
Well, it's #1 book of this century on the New York Times bestseller list, just came out, so you tell me.
Everybody knows that.
Of course, everybody knows.
Not #2, #1.
It got a It was.
As he keeps talking about this, that's when you realize he's in Dan land.
Yeah.
It is.
This is all too familiar to Jocelyn then,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, he was very intense, and it did get kind of strange, but you know,
Now,
that
Dan,
was just dinner.
Did you spend the entire night in Dan land?
No, I didn't. I was in Melissa land. And I
okay.
liked it. We liked it. We flirted a little bit. She was flirting with me, and it was fun. Yeah.
All right. Dan, did you have to go through any tests with Melissa the way Jocelyn tests you?
Oh, not at all. She was very comfortable, unlike her, where I leave for the bathroom, I get have to give a report.
Such an exaggeration.
She was busy entertaining herself. She was the hit of the party, and it was fun. She was very gracious to everybody, and they really liked her, and she seemed very independent. And when I left to talk to another magician, she was happy, and as I came back and we talked about what we had shared with somebody else, it was great.
And
She
Melissa,
was
at some point,
very secure.
Melissa, at some point, was Dan putting the moves on you?
Well, in one of the magic shows, he did put his arm around me, and then a little bit after that, he did give me a kiss on the cheek. Yeah.
Now, Jocelyn, there's public displays of affection going on
I
here.
know. I'm
Is that-
surprised. I'm really surprised.
Yeah, because that doesn't happen for you, huh?
No,
Yeah, it sure does. You just don't, you don't remember some of these things.
You don't remember because you're in your own world most of the time.
Well, Melissa, let me ask you, did Ulysses invade Melissa land a little bit later, or was that finally done?
Well, actually, no, it wasn't done. We were in one of the magic shows, and he was across the room talking to one of the magicians about Ulysses.
Again.
And I guess he lost track of time because all of a sudden the magician was performing in front, and he just walked across the stage, and everybody was laughing and talking about how he's the entertainment. And
I can
actually,
imagine. I can
one of the
completely
magicians even said that it was the best time he had at the
Really?
club.
Okay.
And-
So, Dan, did you at least, though, stop talking about Ulysses long enough to get romantic with Melissa?
Oh yeah, I did.
You did?
At the end of the night.
Melissa, do you think was that true or no? Did he really?
Yeah.
At the end, yeah.
Jocelyn doesn't buy it. What happened at the end of the
At
night?
the end of the night, she took me home, and I asked her to come in, but because she had to work in the morning, she declined. And I gave her a kiss and said goodnight. I didn't mention anything else about Ulysses.
Now,
again.
Melissa, was that an excuse or was that a polite blow-off?
Well, actually, I was kind of afraid that he was going to start talking about Ulysses again. So. But, his cousin was home, so I felt like it was best not to go inside.
So, Dan, did you have any regrets the next day?
Yes. I wish I would have talked a little bit less about Ulysses and thought that she had on a little bit less.
You know what? And so do all of we. Absolutely. All right. Will Dan and Jocelyn have a change of heart? During the break, they got to make their decision. Will they stay together or will they have a change of heart? We'll find out next. Hi, welcome back to Change Your Heart. Here we are at the moment of truth. During the break, Dan and Jocelyn each made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together, or have they had a change of heart? Now, Jocelyn, you came on the show because you wanted Dan to realize just how special you are and not take you for granted. So you wanted to date somebody that was going to be a lot more affectionate, that lived closer, had a career focus, and a car that got to your house. You got all those things with Scott. In fact, you guys had like 2 dates, really, if you count it technically. So your decision, please, Jocelyn.
Well, Scott, I had a wonderful time with you. It couldn't have been a more perfect date. You were completely romantic, and it was incredible. It was really incredible. But I think that I want to see if this is a good test for Dan, and I think I want to stay together.
Stay together. Okay. All right, Jocelyn. Scott, sorry that things didn't work out for you. Okay. Dan, your time. Now, you said you wanted to date somebody that wasn't going to test you, that didn't talk so much about their past sex life, and of course didn't have that only child syndrome who needs all that attention and focus. You were out with Melissa. You had a really good time with her, even though the Ulysses stuff got a little carried away. The magic show and all that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, though, wants to stay with you. She's worth giving it a shot. Are you? What's your decision?
Well, Jocelyn and I have a lot of problems, and they just seem to go on and on sometimes. But and my date with Melissa was great. We really had a great time, and had I not talked about Ulysses so much, she probably would have go out with me again. But I think the date also made me realize, how much Jocelyn means to me and how much I should really appreciate her. So I'm gonna stay with Jocelyn.
Stay together. Okay. Melissa, Sorry things didn't work out for you. And Jocelyn, I guess you got what you wanted. You wanted Dan to make sure he realized how special you are, and I think he's come to that great realization. So good luck to the two of you, and thanks for being here. That's our show for today. Thanks to Scott and Melissa. Good luck to Dan and Jocelyn. I'm Chris Jagger. We'll see you next time on Change of Heart.